Welcome to a journey into the Arctic fox's world. We'll explore its origin, wild habitat, clever hunting, and the surprising ways it raises its young. Stay with us to learn how this small survivor endures the cold and what makes its life so fascinating from den to tundra. From the northern ice fields emerged a lineage built for cold. A compact body minimizes surface area while a thick two-layer coat traps air and keeps heat close. Ancestral hunters endured glacial cycles by conserving energy, a strategy this fox still repeats. Fun fact: it can lower its metabolism in extreme cold. The tundra and ice fields form a vast stage for a patient hunter. Sparse vegetation and shifting ice guide its movements, while dens tucked into slopes or under rock crevices offer shelter. In winter, travel between seas and shorelines becomes essential for survival. Fun fact: they cover long distances chasing fleeting meals. A patient hunter with a varied menu, it switches between prey types to balance energy. Lemmings and seabirds are favored during different seasons, and scavenging leftovers from other predators helps fill gaps. Fun fact: prey cycles drive sudden shifts in hunting focus and territory. Though agile hunters, they share the Arctic with formidable predators. Wolves and larger Arctic residents shape territories, while mother foxes defend dens fiercely. Human activity adds pressure, underscoring the need for undisturbed den sites. Fun fact: siblings often compete for space in the den during early weeks. Budding life starts in a protected den where a litter of kits emerges after a lengthy gestation. The den is its fortress against cold winds, and both parents take turns warming and feeding the pups. Fun fact: newborn kits are blind for the first 2 weeks and stay in the nest for warmth. Inside the den, warmth comes from teamwork. The mother nurses while the father helps guard and bring back food, sometimes guiding pups to practice pouncing. This cooperative care accelerates growth and strengthens family bonds. Fun fact: both parents participate in early care, boosting kit survival. The paws function like winter boots, with thick fur between toes that distributes weight and minimizes heat loss. This adaptation keeps the animal mobile on icy surfaces and prevents frostbite during long treks. Fun fact: toe fur acts like natural snowshoes for efficient travel. When resting, the tail becomes a portable blanket, shielding the face and body from cold winds. This simple yet essential feature helps conserve energy and keeps the fox comfortable during blizzards. Fun fact: a well-wrapped tail doubles as a windbreak and balance aid. Seasonal camouflage is a masterclass in adaptation. With winter snow covering the ground, a white coat hides the fox from predators and prey alike, then shifts to a brown hue as the snow recedes. Fun fact: the color change is driven by daylight and temperature cues as seasons turn. Under snow, sound travels differently and the fox uses acute hearing to locate prey. It pauses, listens, and then pounces with surprising accuracy, often catching lemmings buried beneath. Fun fact: this skill can locate hidden prey with remarkable precision. A powerful sense of smell complements sharp hearing, guiding searches across wind-blown terrain and frozen ground. Even after snowfall, the fox can home in on animal scents and marks left by others. Fun fact: smell can pinpoint prey before sight is possible. Compact and efficient, this fox carries less body mass that still stays warm thanks to dense fur and air pockets. In lean winters, individuals may shed some weight to stretch their reserves, a testament to energy efficiency. Fun fact: body weight can fluctuate with lean and boom years for prey. Kits face danger from apex predators when away from den safety. Den sites are carefully chosen to avoid bear patrols, and older individuals learn to steer clear of high-risk zones. Fun fact: experienced adults use routes that minimize encounters with polar bears. As lemming populations surge, hunting becomes easier and litters can grow. Later, as prey dwindles, survival instincts kick in and energy retention becomes essential. Fun fact: population cycles of a small rodent ripple through the predator's family trees. Breeding aligns with seasonal feast cycles, ensuring pups begin life as prey becomes more abundant. The parents cooperate across weeks and even seasons, reusing familiar dens for future litters. Fun fact: many families reuse dens, passing knowledge down generation to generation. From blind newborns to curious hunters, pups develop quickly. They learn to stalk and pounce through mimic play under careful watch of parents. Weaning marks a shift to real meals and growing independence. Fun fact: early practice hunts begin as training, not meals. While commonly solitary, these foxes maintain social bonds that help during breeding and den defense. They communicate with barks, yips, and whines, marking trails to guide kin across the harsh landscape. Fun fact: vocal signaling strengthens bonds and deters intruders. Territory is marked with careful scent trails that tell rivals who dominates a space. These signals travel on the wind, guiding others away and enabling efficient foraging within a known range. Fun fact: scent marks stay legible in freezing air for long periods. Communication is a toolbox of sounds. A bark can signal danger, a screech may warn kin, and softer tones help coordinate hunts. The soundscape of a den becomes a language of survival. Fun fact: even with their size, they have surprisingly expressive vocal repertoires. The coat is a masterclass in insulation. Outer hairs shed water and trap air, while the thick undercoat creates a warm interior layer. Even in heavy storms, stays dry and warm. Fun fact: hollow fur fibers are excellent insulators and help conserve body heat. Life in the Arctic is tough, but perseverance pays off. Most foxes live a few winters, yet a lucky few reach older ages in predator-scarce zones. They pace themselves to match day length and prey availability. Fun fact: energy management helps them endure long polar nights. Climate shifts reshape the Arctic food web, forcing foxes to broaden diets and adjust ranges. They show remarkable flexibility, moving into new zones as ice shelves shrink. Fun fact: adaptive foraging strategies help them cope with a rapidly changing climate. In this ecosystem, it patrols vast terrain, controlling rodent numbers and cleaning up leftovers. Its role as both hunter and scavenger supports the health of plant and animal communities across the Arctic. Fun fact: by reshaping prey availability, it helps maintain ecological balance. When winter bites hard, a swim or ice crossing can connect distant food patches or mates. The ability to navigate water and ice increases chances of finding meals and secure breeding sites. Fun fact: occasional sea crossing aids population connectivity. When cold becomes extreme, the fox reduces activity and curls into sheltered pockets to conserve energy. This quiet endurance keeps it primed for the next hunt when prey reappears. Fun fact: resting on warm ground or snow reduces heat loss significantly. Moving softly over snow allows stealth and efficiency. A low profile, quiet steps, and a flexible gait keep both predator and prey guessing, especially when hunting in snowdrifts. Fun fact: the fox's gradual gait minimizes sound and vibration, aiding success. Seasonal molts refresh the coat, aligning with changing light and temperature. The cycle keeps insulation strong, and color shifts reveal the landscape with the seasons. Fun fact: some foxes experience multiple molts in a single year in variable climates. Conservation zones protect denning sites and safe foraging areas, helping populations withstand climate shifts and human pressures. Public awareness supports research and the resilience of this Arctic species. Fun fact: protected habitats help ensure healthy pup survival and genetic diversity. As we close, this small survivor reveals a deep toolkit for Arctic life. Dense fur, smart foraging, and adaptive behaviors let it endure the cold, defend its den, and raise young in a world of ice and wind. Fun fact: its combination of traits stands among the most robust in Arctic mammals. Thank you for joining this Arctic exploration. We met the Arctic fox's origins, habitat, predators, and birth story, and learned how it thrives. Stay curious, and remember to subscribe and ring the bell for more amazing wildlife journeys.